Yeah.
It comes safe.
That's cool. That's really cool. They said it's yeah, exactly. That's why I'm
We're building, but that's the whole goal.
Here we go. Good morning, everybody. We are going to get started here in about 60 seconds. So go ahead, please, if you could, and scan the QR code. This is how we stay connected, and this is also how we take our attendance here. And we want them to know that we are alive and thriving. If this is your first time with us, please also scan the QR code so that we can stay connected with you as well. So I'll give everybody a minute to just go ahead and do that. Thank you all in advance. All right, how are you looking? Looking good, looking good? Excellent. Okay, well, welcome everybody. So this is 1 Million Cups, and the mission of 1 Million Cups is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, and connection for all types of new seasoned and aspiring entrepreneurs throughout the United States. We have some key pillars. We give presentations, not just sales pitches, and we also make authentic connections. We're not just here to network. We're radically and intentionally inclusive, and we are run for the community, by the community. And what I mean by that are these are the local businesses that, first of all, we are grateful to the Midlands Innovation Exchange for housing us every week. We appreciate the Waffle House for donating the free coffee, and the business owners below are the ones that coach the presenters, do the marketing, send out the emails, and pretty much just keep our boat afloat. There's nothing in it for us other than we just truly believe in the 1 Million Cups mission and enjoy supporting the group. And all we get for our time, efforts, and talents are lousy t-shirts. And the lovely Bob Kim is modeling one of those lousy t-shirts today. So.
Hey, y'all!
Our local program, we've been here over 10 years, and we are held weekly on Wednesday mornings. We have had over 500 entrepreneur presentations, and we also offer educational topics like finance, future frame, networking, and provide you with local resources. We usually have one presenter every week with about a 5 to 6 minute presentation, and we follow that with Q&A from the community. We also have made-it sessions where entrepreneurs come back after making a significant amount of money, and they share their stories with us. We're always free, open to the public, and we do provide you with caffeine. Just a reminder, this is not a sales pitch, it's not an investor pitch. We're looking for folks to come and present on their business journey. If you have an interest in presenting, you can apply there at that link, or you can come and see me or any of our organizers here in the back of the room. We're filling the pipeline for March and April. We love newer companies that are open to community engagement. All industries are welcome. Maybe you're rebranding or you've got an idea and you want to share that journey with us. We'd love to hear it all. We have a couple Facebook pages. One is our 1 Million Cups Facebook page, which is the national page. And this one here, 1 Million Cups Columbia, is our little local page. So if you're not a member of that page, please become a member. And let's go ahead. This is where we would like to have most of our engagement with regards to sharing resources, looking for resources, or anything you would like to add. This is the page to do it on. I'll give some folks a couple seconds here to get in there. Awesome. Upcoming presenters. You see, look at all the space I have open for you. Next week is to be determined. The following week, April 1st, we're going to have Nick Collins with Nick Collins Authentic come in and talk about his journey. And then I would love to put you in one of our April slots. So please fill your time, let us know, put in an application, and let's get you on the roster. Just take a quick second and silence your phone. I just did that myself. And we do this out of respect for our speakers and our guests. So take a second, silence it, turn it off, whatever you need to do. Thank you for that. If you'd like to network, tomorrow I'm offering a networking opportunity over at my office. It's Networking on Gervais. This is where you can come in and meet other local Columbia business owners, and it's a great way to put your name out there, share what you do, and other information. The details can be found on Eventbrite, so all are welcome to network there tomorrow. We start at 9 a.m. All right, and without further ado, I would like to present to you Mr. Alfredo Berlanga. He is with All Medical and Accessibility, and he is newly engaged, a graduate of the University of Findlay in Ohio, where he also played tennis. He comes from a large family. He's the only son with 4 sisters. God bless you, sir. He is currently the management analyst of All Medical Inc., and here he is today to tell us about his journey in helping South Carolinians live better lives. So if you would please help me welcome Alfredo.
Well, thank you guys for being here. Obviously, thank you coaches and Tara for helping us, provide this type of events every Wednesday. Just like Tara was saying, a little bit about myself. My name is Alfredo. Born and raised in Mexico City. I have 4 sisters, 2 amazing parents. Recently just got engaged. I pick up the tennis racket since I have memory. That turned into me being pretty good. For tennis, it's not like football or basketball, where if you're in the bench, you can make money. You kind of have to win, and you gotta pay your tournaments, coaches, pretty much all by yourself. But either way, play pro, different tournaments. I liked it. That led me to a good scholarship in the U.S. at the University of Findlay, where I got my bachelor's and master's, mainly in business and marketing. Here are some of the pictures of the people that I care the most. That's Faith, my fiance, like Tyra was saying. And what do? I am a management analyst for a durable medical equipment company called All Medical Inc. The owners are Bill and Liliana Hayes. They're my uncle and my aunt. They've been in business for about 34 years now. Everything started about 35 years when my uncle Bill was working for Hawthorne's Pharmacy. I'm not sure if you guys know the pharmacy. And my aunt, at the time, she gets diagnosed with pre-stages of dementia. And that led my uncle into a research on medical equipment. I mean, obviously, he just wanted to be ready. For those not familiar with dementia or not, your body starts forgetting things. There's levels of it, but he just wanted to be there for his best friend. And during his research, he realized, you can imagine back then the medical equipment. He felt like there could be more, and the resources out there, they were pretty expensive for them. So they both decided to jump in this journey in the medical equipment industry. And I'm grateful and thankful to see what they've built and still work with them on a day-to-day basis. As a matter of fact, if you guys go to the shop right now, they're there working. Bill was the one that introduced me to 1 Million Cops. He used to do this. And he taught me basically the importance of just going out there, get to know the people that you could help in the community. And also, you never know what you can learn. Make connections with everybody. He would love to be here. He's excited to see the pictures and the video, but as you can imagine, if my aunt got dementia, diagnosed with dementia about 34 years, it's pretty advanced now, but she still goes to the shop every day. She loves what she does. If you change the routine of someone with dementia, it kind of stresses them a little bit. So that's why they're not here right now. But I'm here to obviously help them as much as I can. What do we do in general? Besides providing all the medical equipment that is out there and working with insurances and VA hospitals and all of that, it's mainly providing accessibility for everybody in the community, either when they go to churches or restaurants, free mobility within their homes. And those things can look like, just installing a ramp in a door, or a stair lift, or a walk-in shower for someone that is on a wheelchair, or home elevators, wheelchair elevators as well. We've had the opportunity to work with the University of South Carolina transportation, with the City of Columbia, with their buses, make them accessible for everybody. Different churches like Brooklyn Baptist Church, different ramps, elevators. We installed the elevators at the Benedict and Allen College, just to provide that accessibility, right? And that's pretty much it. All medical. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to our website. There's different projects or the things that we've done, different videos, who do we work with, the insurances as well. Just my title is management analyst. It's just a fancy way that obviously as a family member, I'm willing to do everything to help my family succeed, get over the hump, lead us in a way where they want to be. But yeah. That's not my phone number, that's just a company number, but that'll be all.
Thank you. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Open it up to the room now, so if you have any questions, this is what he's excited about.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, really quick question. What did your family say to convince you to work in the family business? Because most people will say they want to go work elsewhere, and family business doesn't appeal to them. So, curious.
My parents are also in the medical business. They're plastic surgeons, and since young age, I've always been curious about the medicine industry, but I just don't like blood, to be honest. And needles, they tried. I've been in surgeries as well. It's just not enough for me. And when I graduated, they knew Bill and Liliana. They were involved in the medical industry. I've always wanted to help people as well. I just didn't know how, in the aspect of I always thought maybe I needed to be like a doctor and do all these things, but they talked to them, they invited me to work with them, and thankfully I don't have to see a lot of blood, but at the same time, I get to help a lot of people, and I enjoy that. Yeah.
Wonderful. Next, yes, Paul.
Is your business, coming in from like accepting a lot of insurance and whatnot, is it affected from changes politically, like presidential or even state or local level changes in political parties and whatnot, or whatever?
Correct. It's kind of like taxes, regulations, right? So like every person that implement new programs, they can change things. Funding too. The problem that we face mainly is that insurance, they've been paying for, they call it what is medically necessary, but medical equipment is like technology. It keeps changing like every year. Let's say, I'm sure you guys, if you picture like the walker with the tennis balls, right? That's mainly what they would say, okay, we will pay for that. But right now there's walkers with, it's carbon fiber, and they got cup holders and seats and big, you can use them in the sand, all this. That's what people want now, but it's hard for us to be like, if you want to go through insurance, they will pay for what's been out there for 50 years, right? And they said they will help sometimes, so they'll put maybe 20% of what is new, but it's just a constant fight for us to like get that medical equipment and be like, no, we're gonna fight for this. So.
Are you serving just South Carolina, or is there any other states? Or
Yeah, that was one of the challenges. We tried to expand. We were in North Carolina, Denver, Colorado, even Mexico. We have different Charleston, but it was it was like it felt like we rushed things. We didn't have a very strong foundation, and there was a lot of regulations. Different states have different regulations. Insurances work different in different states, and that was just a little hard to track. So we just moved in again and decided just to get our feet in the ground in South Carolina and start building a foundation. But that's the goal. We want to go back again, and that's one of the things that I want to implement too. We want to keep growing. He's extremely competitive as I am, and the goal is just to keep moving forward. But obviously that jump was pretty rushed. So right now we're just only servicing South Carolina.
All of South Carolina?
Yeah, all of South Carolina.
From Columbia?
Correct. Yeah.
Question in the yes, sir.
So, I know with insurance, insurance normally covers the basic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have HSA? Do y'all sub HSA?
Yeah, correct. And there's different programs too, like the waiver, the VA hospital has different programs as well that we do. We would love to take all the insurances. Personally, I feel like, in the aspect of money, we're leaving some money go away because we won't take all the insurances just because we have had cases where like we provided the medical equipment, we just didn't get paid. So there were some rules, but that's another thing. Is and again, it could be that we provide the medical equipment, and there was a new government now, and there's different rules, right? So different games. So, but yeah, we're familiar with that program. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How do you find your customers?
When I first started with them, they were pretty much already like good set up. I mean, like there's phone calls every day, and the guys go out every day. We have the projects in a week in advance, but it's just the aspect of like we're hitting the same number. What I was telling the coaches and Tara, like we want to grow. It's okay. It's great. We're here, but how can we get over the hump? We find it pretty effective sending different people to physicians' offices, nursing homes, rather than we work right now. I'm not sure if you guys seen the commercial. We are on WIX and ABC News, and I think they put me on ABC News. But yeah, I'm working with someone in a role later. But different types of marketing. But it's more the aspect of what I was telling one of the coaches. Like, if we're gonna do marketing, me seeing this as if I'm gonna pay the TV like $3,000 a month, the minimum that I want to see us getting is $6,000, right? So being more efficient with that type of marketing, not just like, okay, we're doing this, because right now, that's another challenge that we're facing. It feels like in the marketing aspect, we're just throwing the money, but we're not keeping track of what can we, what we're getting.
I'm gonna push back on that, and this is a major misconception. Marketing takes time.
Mm-hmm.
So to put in 3 and expect 6 is the equivalent of, even if you hire a salesperson and you're paying them whatever you're paying them in their salary, then they should be able to give you that salary every month. And you don't expect that of a salesperson, but you ask that of the marketing. But the marketing takes time to catch traction and grow and build up like anything else, because you're not known, or you're not known well enough. So we think ROI means I get dollar for dollar. If you actually Google ROI, it isn't dollar for dollar. It's never dollar for dollar, because there's so many other things that affect your business. So when people look at marketing, they look at it and they think, I'm going to instantly get back what I put in. Oh no, mon ami. No. What you're going to have to do is build up a client base. You're going to have to build up references for it, and where people reference. And I think with your presence, and I'm one of the coaches, so we talked long and hard about this, is the ability in a market that's perfect for you guys. People don't realize that Columbia is an aging city. Our Our kids from the university don't stay. From Benedict and Allen don't stay. From CIU, they don't stay. So what we're seeing is a population of aging folks who are going to be needed to care for at home and everything else. The message has to be better. I mean, no disrespect, but the TV stations should not be making commercials because they're not marketers. So what happens is you paid them to do a commercial, but they're just going to show, let me show you the face and the product and everything, but what's the benefit to me? I had a father with dementia and he needed things. What's the message to that person? That's why you need a marketing plan. And I know folks think this is scholarly stuff. It's only scholarly until you put it into practice. When you put it into practice, it's actuality. And I'm sorry for going on about it, but there's a huge misconception in this community about how marketing moves and acts. You guys you had a store on Taylor?
We have one on Taylor, Hampton.
Yeah.
Hampton, and now we just have the one in West Columbia. Because the warehouse was bigger, that's why they just moved everything there.
So, I mean, once again to the room, I'm disagreeing with him because what happens is after 2 or 3 months, you don't think marketing is working. But 4 months down the road when somebody has a stroke, and I was watching the news, but I didn't have that person have a stroke, I'm looking for him now. See, I'm not looking for him immediately. You're planting seeds, folks. What you're asking for from your marketing is I planted the seed Monday. Why ain't I got fruit on Friday?
It's branding. Basically, your commercials are branding, and they don't always have an immediate. People are immediately going to call you, but they know you, and then they have awareness of you, and sometime in the future they'll call. So to track it, you'll say, "How did you hear about us? Saw your commercial. Saw your billboard."
Yeah.
So you're right here back this.
My question is, my mother-in-law just passed, and we had all of, like when it came to the bed and all those supplies that you have, the market is going to other businesses, meaning the nursing homes, the people that deal with that, like with the elderly. That's where you need to catch everybody at, because once they get sick, then we are like he said, we searching for stuff like that. Because listen, the only person that really helped me, that really made us through, was another one of my customers, and they own a home health business, and that's how he was able to help me find a baby at a cheaper price than what the insurance company wasn't even going to pay for. So you got to network with other businesses like that offer that stuff, and I promise you ain't got to worry about no ads. They're gonna come see you, like Derek said. They're gonna come see you because they're gonna need you, because it's a silver tsunami, and I hear that all the time. When the baby born pass away, we're next, and that's how it works. So that's who you need to be searching for.
And that's another challenge we face. For some reason, we get a lot of clients that they think it's like a pharmacy where if you showed up with a prescription, you get a brand new, and it should be that way. I think it should be that, but insurance to get and just ballpark time to get just equipment, and usually when people need medical equipment because they need it right now, they need it now, yesterday. It takes about 60 days, and that's if we're rushing the paperwork and we have good coordination with the doctors and physicians. So it's like, okay, it's something that we will love to change, and like there are different organizations that they want to make those changes happen. But yeah, we do target the physicians. We got sales teams going all the time there and bringing coffee and all those things.
All right.
So piggyback on part of what everybody else is saying. Part of that is education, right? And people don't know the information until they run up against what you're saying. So part of that could be something as simple as changing your messaging for your advertising, right? Because what you're doing now is getting lost in the fray of everything else, right? The messaging, it just, because of who you're using and what they're putting out for you, it sounds like everything else. And I watch the news, I see your advertising all the time, it falls right in with the windows, right? The people who want to change out their windows or champion, and they all this runs together. You don't stand out, right? And the problem with that is that if I need to be educated on what's going on, I don't know who to turn to, right? If I'm talking to the doctors, they have no outlet they'll educate me on the disease, but not what I need to do to have my mother-in-law in my home, right? And so I just went through that with my mother-in-law, right? My mother-in-law had a stroke, and she's now staying in her niece's home, right? They needed a bed. They needed to have somebody walk through to make sure that there weren't any trip hazards. They didn't know what kind of walker they needed. All of this information that social workers are coming in and kind of trying to provide on a limited time frame. So some of that could help you, to your point, get you the customer base that you're looking for. To his point about nursing homes, right? That is also a piece that you could offer, right? It's all of these things put together that would allow you to expand that base and be more at the ready when people are ready for you.
And I was gonna say, and it's a constant. I'm in the team of putting those seeds, and if our goal is truly to expand and double our numbers, it takes time, just like any investment, and things could not the first time could not work, but obviously we got not because we passed through that shouldn't be like okay it's not worth to do the second time, but and it's a constant fight in between our sales team and our Google Analytics team and marketers, because the sales team, when we sit down and look at the numbers, they're like, yeah, but I brought 10 customers yesterday. It's great that you're showing me 10K views, but what? So it's like, and as a business owner, it's like, my uncle just said, well, they got a point here. So, but and I'm more in the team of like, okay, it is great, the money is right, but if we trying to grow, the first thing we gotta do is plant those seeds, and it's not money wasting, it's a step,
All right, I think we had Bob, Miss Judy, and then you, sir. So Bob, go ahead.
So Alfredo, I'm curious, this field, the equipment's not cheap, I know that, okay? And the field itself is pretty specialized. How did your business get the expertise as well as the funding to even start this? All I know is houses, rentals, tenants, that sort of thing. That's pretty easy compared to this. How did you get this kind of expertise and funding for it?
It did help my uncle when he worked for several years with Hawthorne's Pharmacy. They already knew Bill. He had different connections, different people that wanted to enter. He will go to different meetings. So I would say started like this, which building a team. He surrounded himself with the right people. At the time, they didn't have money, so loans. Talked to him about it, loans, and he just took him and my aunt took a bet on what could happen, and they just made it happen.
All right, Miss Judy.
Yes, sadly to say, a lot of us gonna meet you eventually one day, hopefully not. But one of my friends is the CFO of Health South, and I was there visiting one day. I did a job for her, and the local hotel came in with this big old box of chocolate to introduce themselves and welcome them to the community. So it's a new spot. It's a new building. They have one here at Preston Health, but they have one at Earl now. So maybe the footwork, introducing yourself and producing your products, and then the streamline of 60 days. That's a long time if you needed to meet it. So I don't know if that's something maybe you need to streamline to be able to have that stuff accessible. That's mostly needed. But I would give you advice is building those relationships and getting into places where they need these type of services.
Correct, and we do get it's a harsh business, but when people there's not another way to say when we get calls, family bought all this medical equipment for their family member or loved one. They passed away the second day and they got brand new equipment. If they go to a hospital, different, including even us, as a law, we're not allowed to take that equipment back. So we do know different programs that we'll take, and when it comes to donations, because just like over there that we're saying, it's equipment like that, it can be pricey, but if there's organizations, we do have their cards, we do know who they are, and we refer them to them. Yeah.
Right, we had a friend here first. Yes, sir.
How long have you been in business?
They've been in business for about 34 years.
Your foundation is built, and when sitting here looking and talking to you and everything, to me, you're in an excellent business there. Number one, it's recession proof. There's always going to be a need there no matter what. So it doesn't seem to be a thing of sales or your company struggling. I don't get that impression whatsoever from that. When you talked about growth earlier, you talked about regulation. How regulation goes from state to state to state to state, and it does, just like a truck driver. You got your state regulations, you got your federal regulations, instead of having a universal. By just listening to what you say, what slowed your growth from expansion was regulation. Regulation. Politics, that's what it is. Your business is a great business. There doesn't seem to be a financial problem by listening to you in regards to what you're talking about.
Yeah, I said obviously regulation. I started with them about 2-3 years ago when they moved everything back again to one office. They felt like they failed during the try of the expansion, and when I get here, I see the opportunity. They're telling me, yeah, there's so many regulations and that, and me being competitive coming from sports is like, nah, I'm gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
But my aunt started worsening a little bit, so they prioritized what my uncle and myself is get my aunt. Then a year later, his son, the vice president, passes away. My cousin. So it's like, so those things, and just looking at my uncle, it was okay, like, he told me regulations, but maybe it was the family aspect. So that's when, because in my head it was the same, it's like, it sounded like excuses, like, okay, we failed, but that doesn't mean that's what we gotta fix those things. But when there's family situation like that, I just kind of stopped pushing it, because and obviously me seeing that it hurt too, and I talked to the coaches too about it, and but again, it's if the goal is to expand, you gotta keep swimming.
All right, we got time. Did you still have a comment?
Oh yeah, just a quick question. I noticed that you have the ramps. Like for instance, I have an aunt. She comes to our house every blue moon. But it'd be nice to have like a portable ramp. Do y'all sell those to where we can hook it up and just so it's not permanent at the house stationary?
We do the portable ramps. If you go even to another business, they come without rails, so they're legally you're only allowed to use them for a wheelchair. Right. And it depends. Let's say if you have 4 steps. If you have 4 steps, 12-foot ramp, they're foldable. We do have them, and we rent them we also rent all the equipment too as well. Because when it comes to affordability, that's another thing my uncle saw. Okay, this having just the equipment here, just getting rotten, like we can rent the stuff too. So we rent everything.
You have to do a lot of rentals?
We do.
Okay.
And insurance actually works with rentals too.
Oh, wow, that's good. No, thank you.
Quick question, you have to have, I'm sorry.
That's okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You started.
You mean to tell me what you just said a moment ago to him was legally on a ramp? You mean that's regulated as well? In other words, what do you mean by legal?
So when we rent or we give equipment, the customer always has to sign that, let's say we rent a portable ramp and an accident happens, but they were walking on the ramp when we specifically explain, or it's on the document that it's for a wheelchair. And that's another thing. It's obviously to protect the businesses, just like
The liability factor.
the liability. Correct.
There are also angles that you legally can't put a ramp at.
And there's let's say the battery of a stair lift, just like any medical equipment, we get calls to where let's say elevator that we put 10 years ago gets stuck. The battery needs replaced, but the person is there. So that's another thing that they're like, oh, they put the elevator, but having a contract of protect both ways.
Did you have one more comment?
Yeah, okay. First, on the ramps, our steps were too steep for a straight ramp. So to move my father 6 feet, we almost had to build a 40-foot ramp. Legally. And that was just too much for the house. I mean, that took the whole yard. So what we had to do is give him access from the backyard, because those steps are lower. So we had to actually go around the house to get him out the house. The other thing, so there's what, I don't know who it is that says how the grade on a ramp has to be, but there are regulations for that. The other thing though was, you were talking about, I forgot my point, okay? Go on, never mind. I got
I did have one comment that I am involved in about 3 different networking groups that cater to senior services. Are you in any of those groups?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, they happen on Tuesday, 8:30. It's a big one, home care, and we have different events where we go to nursing homes too,
Yes,
and we
yes.
bring all the medical equipment. But what we found out is the people that already complain about how much money they're paying already in a business like that.
Yeah.
That like adding more expense is just, and I'm not sure if you've dealt with insurance before, but they're charged and they're gonna pay for what's medically necessary. So like, as a right, we found it really a success going to even people, doctor's office, talk to them, hey, hopefully you never need us, but if you got a client that is in need of medical equipment, here's our card, we're right up the corner, check us out. That's the sales team is doing a pretty good job with that.
Are you on the VA's approved list?
Correct, yeah.
Because when the VA actually started planning for my father's care. So as soon as he got to the point he needed a hospital bed, it was instantaneous, because they had already anticipated he was going to get to that point. I didn't know if how you do that service as far as educating people. When they have folks who are on the decline, a hospital bed is going to be, so can you guys work with my insurance company early on, whereas there's that 60 days is already in the works?
Yeah, everything, I definitely, being in this business for a little bit, I think it's just the way that, I don't know if it's the training VA hospitals, because it appears when even we talk to them, they don't even know what's going on. They just know the patient needs the medical equipment, and that's about it. And we're like, but you do know that this is how it works. So it's just that training, because then the most important thing is this person needs the medical equipment, and then it just sounds from our side and their side, we're just giving them excuses of why they are not having the medical equipment right there.
I just want to make one comment. I think number one, your family is lucky to have you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
talking about putting you in those networking groups, I know a lot of businesses, and they pitch and they pitch and they sell and they sell, and it's slimy and it's gross. And you, my dear, you can tell, number one, you're passionate about growing this company. You are competitive, which is excellent, but you care, which a lot of people don't care. They just want to push the most expensive to make the biggest profit. So I think you being in those spaces and being as genuine as you are, I think is going to grow your uncle's business tenfold just because of who you are, what you represent, and how you present yourself. So I would encourage you to be out there more and talking. And you know, I mean, we've been throwing questions at you. You had answers to everything, which is just the fact that your knowledge base is so high.
For 2 years.
In 2 years' time, my son, you are up here. So they are blessed to have you. They're going to thrive with you. And you need to be out there and preaching this, because I hire you in a heartbeat just based on your presentation today. And that's just the plain and simple. Anybody else got anything else to say before we wrap the, or you may comment if you want to.
No, it's just, I guess, after college, my friends are like, let's go to Miami and find a sales job, and it's like, yeah, I did that, it's a good time, but then jumping into this business, it's like, for people that need medical equipment, it's not about like make it happen. It's like you must make it happen. These people, like, it's not an option of like we're not gonna make it happen, or being good at like me having this knowledge. Is like, every day it's like we gotta make this happen.
And you care. My oldest is autistic, and luckily he's high functioning, but I'm in groups with parents who have 30-year-old sons who they have to change their diapers and wipe their mouths, and they're fighting for basic needs. And the insurance company, does he have a problem? But yeah, damn straight he has a problem. So just the fact that you care, Alfredo, that's thank you for being that passionate about that. All right. Yes, Mr. O.
Hey, so what can 1 million come through for you?
Yeah, so just my uncle was the one that introduced me to this type of groups, and the importance for him. He was like, yes, I took a loan, all these things, but what truly made me grow was going out there, talking to people, get to know the people that are helping the community to grow, which are most of the business owners, and surround myself. If we truly want to like move forward, I know we need a team, we need guidance, and I wanna. They say right now he's a business owner. At some point I want to be a business owner, but I say if you hang out with 5 business owners, you're gonna be the 6th one.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
That's perfect. We still have the room for a little bit more time if you want to mingle and relax. Otherwise, I will see you all next week, and you'll all be just as surprised as I am with what we'll be presenting. You're welcome. There you are, my love. You get your swag. I'm going to take that. And, yeah, you're going to be at the networking tomorrow?
Yeah.
Good. Can't wait to have you.
I keep telling her she started with me. She loves I think so. And it's more of the aspect of I wanted to go to the women's she's gonna try to
all the events, yeah. Next week, I just put a text